G'day guys, how are we going? Well, today I'm going to have my very first attempt at making camp oven scones right here in my backyard. So we'll see how we go. We'll go up the table and I'll show you what's going on. Righto, so as I mentioned, I've never made scones before, so always keen for a challenge, especially when it comes to cooking something up in the camp oven. So look, I'm just going to make a pretty simple sort of a mix here. It's just going to be some self-raising flour, bit of butter, some sugar and some milk, and then we'll add jam and cream at the end. Now, so I'm just going to start making that up, but as I say, it's going to be pretty simple. So start it off, I'm just going to put about 3 cups of flour into the bowl here. This is self-raising flour. There we go, there's one. Get one more going when it all comes out. There's 2. And we'll go about half, 3/4 in the last one. Oh, that always happens when you're doing something the first time. Righto, that's that in there. And then got a bit of butter. So we're going to put, about that much butter in it. Bit of a good dollop to mix it all up, bind it all up. That one there. And then I was going to put a bit of sugar in just to sweeten them up a bit. A couple of teaspoons of sugar. That'll sweeten it up just nicely. Righto, let's mix all that up. Righto. Now the idea is just mix all the butter into the flour and get that all nicely bound in there. Work it in good. Just mix it in with your hands for now, and then when we put the milk in, then we'll use a bit of a bread knife there just to mix all that up. So just got to mix all this in here, make sure it's all nice and thoroughly mixed through, get all the sugar all flavoured through the flour. Good old self-raising flour. Righto, that's all starting to look pretty good. Right, and in the middle here, just going to make a bit of a well in the middle here, where we're going to pour the milk into. So about 3/4 of a cup of milk's going to go into it for now. About that much. Lid back on that so it doesn't fall over. Tip that in the middle there. And then I'm just going to get a knife and just mix this up. Just to mix all that milk in there, mix the flour all up. That's looking pretty alright so far. Mixing all the liquid in. Apparently the trick with making scones is not to work the dough too much dry, so I might just put a dash more milk in that. Just a dash. Bit more milk just to moisten it up a bit. Righto, now I'll knead this with my hands just a bit. Now, just going to put a bit of flour just on my board here, just to mix all that in there. Now you're supposed to use plain flour, but I didn't have any of that. So, just going to use good old self-raising for that as well. And we'll tip this out onto here. Get rid of that. Look at that. That's looking great. Here we go. They're not going to work that around too much. That's looking fantastic. Now I'm just going to pat that down. Looking pretty good. Righto. Then just going to get a knife now. I haven't got one of those pastry cutters that some people might have to make the size of them up. So I'm just going to cut it with a knife. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Cut those in half there. Cut those in half there. And cut that in half. Here we go. Now we're going to get 6 out of this. So we'll take these now down to the camp oven and we'll get them cooking up. Righto, get this camp oven out. Been heating up there for a good half an hour or so. Get the lid off that. Oh yeah, nice and warm. Leave that there. Then we'll get these in here. Now I didn't have any baking paper, so I'm just going to use a bit of tin foil there on the bottom. That one there. Won't have enough room for all these. We'll get 4 in there anyway. Oh no, we'll squeeze them up. We'll get 5 in there. Look at that. Fantastic. Righto. And then just at the top, I'm just going to baste a bit of milk on top, just so they don't dry out too much. Just brush a bit on. Bit of milk on top there, top of each one. Just help them brown up a bit when they start rising. Righto, that'll do that. Put that over there. Get this lid back on. And, righto, now to organise some coals. Oh, it's a bit warm. Yeah, get some coals going down here. Put that down there. And then a few coals on the top. Righto, I'm going to give that about 15-20 and then we'll check them, see how we're going. Got billy on the go here, jam and cream on top. Going to be a great combination when they're all finished. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. They look fantastic. First attempt. Righto, let's get them in over here. Oh, have a look at that. They have worked absolutely sensational. I'm very happy with these, being my first time around. Let's see if we can, oh, fairly come hot. Let's cut one open here. Oh, have a look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's absolutely fantastic. They have worked an absolute treat for my first time, so I'm very happy with those. Cut another one. Oh, very hot. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get some jam, some cream on them. At the end of the day, you can put whatever you want, you know, on your scones. Typical jam and cream, pretty much standard, what everyone mostly sort of puts on them. Can't go wrong, good old jam and cream, bit of thickened cream. Have a look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I'm very happy with these. No, tastes absolutely fantastic. First time making scones in the camp oven, right in my backyard. I couldn't be happier with that. Absolutely beautiful. So, what are you guys chucking your scones, and more or less, what do you put on top of your scones? Be pretty keen to know. Chuck them in the comments down below so everyone else can get some ideas there. I might be able to learn a few things too from whatever scones you make, because this is my first attempt and I'll be making these again because these are pretty amazing. Well, there you go, guys. There's another session of Bates's cooking from his backyard, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Hooroo.